Everyone wants a cool job, and with designers, I think it's about wanting to feel like you're doing work that's impactful or influential. At the end of the day, a lot of what designers do is artistry. Designers have to work within systems and solve specific problems, but they also get to express their creativity. And having your creativity recognized feels good. We're like artists, but better. What's a cool design job? Maybe you want to do some cool design work at a game studio. Maybe you want to make logos at a renowned agency. Here's a list of a bunch of cool design jobs. Don't see your dream job on the list? I'm probably just not cool enough to think of it. I've been a designer for close to a decade now. I get to do artwork commissions, I get to design kiosk screens and a whole bunch of stuff that I totally have enough time in the day to do. But I think it's cool. I like checklists because they're easy to follow and there isn't any room for excuses. You always know exactly what the next step is. So, if you want to get a cool design job, here's my checklist. Fundamentals are boring, but they're fundamental. The word itself has actually been trending down since like the 1990s. Why is that? Maybe people want shortcuts. There's no shortcuts here. Lines, shape, form, texture, balance. You should be able to define the basic design fundamentals and apply them. New designers can get a good grasp of the fundamentals in like a few weeks to a few months, depending on how frequently you learn. So if you're brand new, this is where you'll want to start. Fundamentals get a bad rap because you can't see them in complex design work, but you can if you know what to look for. A good benchmark to gauge where your fundamentals are at is to practice designing simple ads, mobile mockups, wireframes, icons, drawings, anything you can create in 15-30 minutes to an hour. That design job you want is going to require you to work within deadlines, pitch ideas, and collaborate with others. Fundamentals allow you to work quickly and reliably deliver quality. You need fundamentals. I've got a link on the screen here, and I'll put it in the description, berkeley.edu. They've got a great website that goes over the fundamentals and how to apply them, all that good stuff, so check it out. Uh-oh, what's that? It's the junior designer portfolio. Wow, look at that. These mock-ups are like 3 pixels wide. I know what you're hiding. Putting a portfolio together can feel like a big pain, but I promise you it's a lot easier than you think. First things first, you're never going to feel like you're showing off your best work. You should constantly update your portfolio with new projects and work, but you shouldn't be spending tons of time designing your website. Simple sites that clearly show your design work and high resolution will beat complex, slow, animation-filled, quantum realm sites every single day of the week. No questions asked. Why? Well, the thing is, a large majority of the people viewing your portfolio are going to be hiring managers, not designers. The rare exception to this is if you're applying to like a small design-focused web design agency where the site itself is going to be looked at as a skill check. You can show personality through your portfolio, experiment with the fonts and colors, layouts, but don't get distracted by those things. People just want to see large images and videos of your work. They want to see what your process is like, how well you're able to communicate your design skills. I should be able to load your portfolio, know your name, what your specialty is, and view some images of your best work in like 3 to 6 seconds. That's a good benchmark. You need to show those companies that you're applying to that you're able to do the things that they're hiring for. Think about it this way. You're the CEO at a game development studio. You desperately need someone that can create high fidelity concept art so that you can pitch your game to new investors. What kind of portfolio are you going to be quickly impressed by? The one that shows concept art. A portfolio with a bunch of 3D modeling projects could be appreciated in this scenario, but the CEO isn't going to feel super confident that you're the right fit for the job. And maybe you are good at concept art, but there's no way for them to know that. It's a first impressions game. If I really want a design job as an animator, it doesn't make any sense for me to include feature projects that, showcase print design work or talk about marketing. You can show off passion projects or cool things you've created over the years, but just try to get them out of the way. Towards the bottom, on another page, you're likely competing or will be competing against hundreds of applicants, and your resume is just there to get your foot in the door. Treat your portfolio like you're viewing it for the first time. Ask yourself, Does this make me come across as somebody able to fill the needs of the company? The reason designers tend to struggle with this is oftentimes they have a body of work that they're super proud of. They put hundreds of hours into it, but it just simply doesn't have anything to do with the industry that they're really going after. Rapid firing 100 applications a day is not a great idea. Focus on quality over quantity here, especially with all the AI craze and job market stuff going on lately. I could make a whole video about this, but to sum it up, because of AI, companies are just more hesitant to bring on new employees. So you really need to stand out more than before. Edit each resume you submit so that it lines up with the keywords and responsibilities mentioned in the job description. This gets you through the various ATS resume scanners that companies will use. Do your own research on this. It's a real thing. Don't miss on cool job opportunities just because you read the description and you see a few things that you might not be experienced in. Set your threshold at like 70% capable. So if 30% of the stuff in the job description seems outside of your skill set, just apply anyways. You don't need to check every box, and employers would rather hire someone with passion and seriousness, even if they aren't highly skilled in a few things off the bat. It happens all the time. As far as interviews go, this could be a whole other video. There's just so many ways that an interview could play out. I'll say this, what's always worked for me is over-preparing, researching the company, and also overconfidence. Just right up to the point where I'm not being cocky or arrogant, but I'm treating the interview like I'm the one that wants to make sure that they're a good fit for me. For example, is this the company that I will want to work for? And I'll ask myself that before going in. What this does is it subtly removes a lot of like the nerves and pressure you have going in, but it also forces you to ask lots of questions about the company, which is already like a positive indicator to whoever's hiring you. It's absolutely a win-win. So don't act like you know everything. Don't be harsh or defensive. Simply go in, be authentic, but have the mindset that, is this job one that I really want to do? It's positioning. And it's a very strategic, proven tool to help you in an interview environment. What's the end game goal here? There isn't one. You're going to have your own version of end game for your career. To me, design is always evolving, right? So I never think that I've learned it all. I'm always learning new things. There's going to be new tools and systems that I'm interested in. And at a company, you might be expected to learn and master those. You might face layoffs. The job market might shift. I treat my career like a pivot point where no matter what happens, I'm ready to change directions or like come up with a new solution quickly. Stay curious. Follow blogs, do deep research into topics you find interesting. Experiment with all the resources and just the vast amount of knowledge online. Share your work, create content if that's your thing. The ability to not only make designs, but share them and market them is a whole other skill set in itself. Plus, doing those things might open up networking or collaboration opportunities. Consider doing a bit of personal branding if the design job you want has any intersections with marketing, right? If you can't market yourself, how could you be expected to market a product or service at a company? It sounds silly, but this is how a lot of people think. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. Just take it one step at a time and do more of the things that work for you. Me personally, all of my successes in my life and career can be boiled down to just that. Doing the things that I know works. Don't do the things that I know doesn't work. The only thing that separates you right now from the job you want to have is mostly just a cauldron mix of building up your skills, communicating them properly, and understanding how and why a company operates the way it does. That's it. So subscribe, join my Discord, get after it. Till next time.